What if clowns were aliens who killed people with popcorn? No, that's not a fever dream. That's an actual movie. And somehow it works. Hey guys, welcome back to Carly's Creepy Corner, where we dig up horror movies that are wild, weird, and sometimes deeply stupid. In the best way, of course. Today we're talking about Killer Klowns from Outer Space. A movie that sounds like a joke you'd make at 2 a.m., yet has somehow become a full-blown cult classic. Written and directed by the Chiodo brothers, Charles and Stephen, and directed by Stephen Chiodo. This 1988 gem mixes horror, comedy, and pure nightmare fuel into one neon-colored circus of chaos. It's pretty fucking cool. The movie kicks off when a mysterious circus-like tent appears after what seems like a meteor crash. 30-year-old teenagers, Mike and Debbie, decide to check it out. Inside, they discover that the circus is actually run by alien clowns with a twisted sense of humor and some very unconventional methods of dealing with humans by turning them into cotton candy Capri Suns. As the town slowly realizes what's happening, a race begins to warn others and stop the strange invasion before it spirals completely out of control. Along the way, the film leans hard into its mix of creepy visuals, absurd comedy, and inventive set pieces. Expect a campy tone, impressively creative creature designs, and a story that fully embraces its ridiculous premise without ever taking itself too seriously. Killer Klowns from Outer Space works because it fully commits to its weirdness and does it with surprising craft. Here's what really lands. Alien clowns invading Earth sounds like a joke, but the movie treats its internal logic very seriously. That balance, an absurd idea with straight-faced execution, keeps it funny and engaging, instead of feeling like a parody that burns out after 10 minutes. The clowns are the star here. Their look is exaggerated, creepy, and instantly memorable. Big rubbery features, eerie expressions, and just enough menace under the silliness. The practical effects are doing a lot of heavy lifting, and it still holds up today. Nearly every gag is built around the clown concept, and the movie squeezes that idea for everything it's worth. The kills, tools, and environments all riff on circus imagery in ways that are inventive rather than repetitive. You can tell that the filmmakers set a rule: everything must be clown-related, and then got wildly imaginative within it. Now here is where a lot of similar movies fail, but not this one. It's goofy, but not sloppy. The pacing is tight, and the setups pay off. It's campy because it's stylized, not because it's incompetent. It keeps things simple. The characters are straightforward, the stakes are clear, and the movie moves. That simplicity lets the creativity shine, instead of getting bogged down in plot. It has a killer theme song and vibe. The soundtrack, especially the title track by the Dickies, sets the tone immediately. It's playful, chaotic, and a little unhinged. It tells you exactly what kind of ride you're in for. Because it leans into practical effects, visual gags, and a unique concept, it's the kind of movie people revisit. It's not just so bad it's good. It's intentionally crafted to be fun, which helps give it lasting charm. This movie works because it understands its assignment and executes it with creativity instead of irony. Now, Killer Klowns from Outer Space gets a lot right, but it's definitely not flawless. Some of its weaknesses are part of the charm, others less so. Most of the human cast are more like NPCs than fully developed people. You've got the hero couple, the total douchebag authority figure, the comic relief, but very little depth. It works for pacing, but it also means there's not much emotional investment when things go sideways. Now, the performances are intentionally a bit exaggerated to match the tone, but some line deliveries feel flat rather than stylized. It occasionally crosses from campy fun into that could have used another take. And as creative as the clown themed gags are, the structure can feel a little samey after a while. Clowns show up, weird bit happens, chaos ensues, repeat. The imagination is there, but the rhythm doesn't always vary enough to keep tension building. For a town-wide invasion, everything feels oddly contained. You don't always get the sense that the threat is spreading beyond a handful of locations, which kind of lowers the stakes a bit. The humor is very specific, goofy, visual, borderline cartoonish. If that tone doesn't click, a lot of the movie won't work for you. It's not trying to win over any skeptics. The tonal balance isn't always perfect. While it mostly nails horror comedy, there are moments where the horror side loses impact because the film is so committed to being playful. If you're looking for real tension, it's pretty light. The flaws mostly come from simplicity and constraint, not from lack of imagination. The movie aims to be a fast, weird, fun ride, and sometimes that means depth, polish, and escalation take a back seat. This is one of those movies where you sit down expecting nonsense and leave like, wait, why was that actually good? It's chaotic, creative, and completely unapologetic. And honestly, we don't get enough movies like this anymore. If you've seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, let me know what you think in the comments. Are you terrified or just entertained? And if you've got any other weird horror movies I should cover, drop those down below too. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time in Carly's Creepy Corner. Bye.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Holy shit.